Hi, my name is Nathan Gland, and I'll be talking about verbal and nonverbal messages today. We the people take verbal and nonverbal messages in very differently, and we interpret them in confusing ways. Have you ever told someone something to do and they just stared at you or acted rude about it? One day I was opening the store and I told an employee to go mop the bathroom, and they just walked away. Why? The reason I'm telling you this today is because people take in our messages very differently, and our words and our nonverbal cues are the reason why. I know this because I'm a manager at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I oversee many employees each day, and I have to deal with their verbal and nonverbal cues and try to understand them, and I have to realize everyone's different. First, I would like to talk to you about what a verbal message is. Second, I would like to inform you what a nonverbal message is. Lastly, I would like to talk about verbal and nonverbal miscommunication and how you can correct that communication and better ways to use that on the job. So with verbal communication, that is any word that has meaning. Good ways to verbally communicate are using specific messages. A specific message is narrowing the discussion down. So for example, say you're in a meeting and you say that all the employees are underperforming or not performing well, when in reality you mean that the cashiers are just not suggestive selling. You're miscommunicating the message because you're not narrowing it down. You're not being specific. You're letting all your employees think that they're underperforming when it's just the cashiers. So using specific messages will help you verbally communicate better, even when you're on the job or you're doing anything. As I just gave you an example, as me being a manager, I need to use a specific message to verbally communicate better. With nonverbal communication, that is any visual image that has meaning. So like rolling my eyes like this, or like hand gestures, or like even good posture. Those are different ways of nonverbal communication. Other nonverbal communication ways are like when you're mad and you're breathing hard, like because you're mad, or if you're out of breath from running, like, or even when you're mad and you're like sighing. Those are nonverbal messages. Good nonverbal messages are like shaking your head up and down, or like looking someone in the eyes like I am right now. So say you're in a job interview and you want to show them that you're nonverbally communicating well. You want to look them in the eyes and shake your head up and down when they're telling you something that you need to understand. With verbal and nonverbal messages, or how they're miscommunicated, is say you're talking to your best friend and they ask you to get a drink for them and you tell them to shut up. They'll know you're joking around because they're your best friend, but you're verbally communicating them, telling them to shut up. It's kind of mean, but they know you're joking. But say you did this to someone that you don't know as well, and they're just like, can you give me a drink? And you say, shut up, but you're joking. Like you're giving them nonverbal cue, but you're still verbally saying shut up. They won't take it in the same way because they don't understand you the same way, because everyone's different. Another example is, say you go to work in the morning and your favorite manager is at work, and he says to you, you didn't take the trash out last night. And when he says you didn't take the trash out last night, all you do is smirk and laugh like how I am right now. But then you go do it, but you don't say anything, you just walk away. And he thinks it's fine, he thinks you're going to go do it, and that's how you guys verbally and non-verbally communicate. So, but say that you come in that same morning and it's not your favorite manager, and it's a manager that you rarely talk to or you know decently. And he says, hey, you forgot to take the trash out last night, can you go do that? And you do the same exact thing, you just smirk and laugh, and you don't say anything, you just walk away. He won't take it the same way as your favorite manager would, or someone that you're closer to. So if you just walk away, he's going to think you're a poor worker and that you don't really care about your job because you just didn't really listen to him. He doesn't really know if you're going to take out the trash or not. So for my conclusion, I want to say that verbal communication is any word that has meaning. Nonverbal communication is any visual image that has meaning, like rolling your eyes or like any hand gesture, like saying hi. And verbal and nonverbal communication vary widely based on who and how well you know the person. we the people need to understand that verbal and communication vary widely, and we interpret them in confusing ways. Next time when you're commuting on the job, try to verbally communicate with them, like use specific reasons, like to the point of what you are trying to get across. Look them in the eye, shake out your head up and down, those nonverbal cues that will help you get the job. And how you're viewing your actions when you're communicating them. You don't want to shake your head no, like you don't want to like look like you're not interested or anything. You want to look at them in the right ways. If you use verbal and nonverbal communication in correct ways, it shows that you're a listener, that you actually care. Thank you.